these emotions are still here. They can make you cry. You can really feel them as if they were yesterday. But they're here. You carry them. You carry them. They need you to carry them. They can pop up anytime. It's yours. You're going to be scared because all these happened to you. But you're going to be scared anyways. It's never going to go away. So let's be scared and do this thing. Emotions, they're good to feel. When I feel them, they're like, yeah, we're listened. But their story, it's not a real story. It's lies. It's lies. Other people's lies. Bad things that happen to you. What do you mean bad things? Oh, someone was bad. Someone was acting violent or this. Yeah, that's not a good emotion to have.
Yeah.
The story is a bad story. You know what's the real story? You were perfect. You were perfect. You were hurt. I'm sorry. So this concept comes in very strong. And I feel that my path, maybe other people's path, can go through the entire life and not meet their...
Join the journey, stay for a while.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of KohPhanCast, the official podcast of Copenhagen Island. And this week with me, Shloime Bernstein. Shloime grew up on Orthodox Jewish Hasidic upbringing. He shares an amazing story about the love for music, the love for authenticity, for vulnerability. This was probably one of the most authentic and vulnerable conversations I've had on this platform, and I cannot wait to share it with you. Before we get to it, guys, most of you are not subscribed. Subscribe to the channel, like this video. We are reaching 500 subscribers. That, for me, is an amazing achievement. So thank you to each and every one of you for being here. I cannot express it enough. And let's get to it. KohPhanCast. Enjoy the episode, guys. Shloime, thank you so much for being here with me.
Good to be with you. Chaim Sheli.
So, wait a minute. Take all those things out of here. It's so good to have you here with me. Even before I met you, a mutual friend of ours told me that I gotta have you here because she thinks you probably have one of the most beautiful internal words and just all around, like, no pressure, huh?
A lot of pressure.
And honestly, from our encounters, I just wanted to say that I saw this fact as real. And it's beautiful to see people that are honestly such there to explore themselves, to see their inner world. And I know that your story is beautiful. So for the people out there that does not know you, you want to give us like 30, 40 seconds? Who is Shloime?
It's a lot. I was born in Israel to an Orthodox family. Grew up Hasidic, Jewish. Very connected to Judaism and to Hasidim and this whole education. Today I'm in Copenhagen, Thailand, starting an all new journey. And in moments it feels that this part of my life is like an entire lifetime for itself. Started here, different land with a lot of water, a lot of nature. It has a very strong and direct influence on the way I feel and my approach to things, to life, to my dreams. Freaking exciting. Yeah, very, very exciting part in my life.
It is. And like, honestly, I'm going to get vulnerable for a second. Like I told you before, I just got to release it because we are now on a Thursday on 7:30 p.m. Like that's the latest I've recorded the podcast and closest I've recorded a podcast to a Sunday that I put them out. And it makes me be in this vulnerable spot of like, first of all, why can't I take care of my things on time? And like, first of all, thank you so much for filling this spot for me because like it's a favor that I asked you to come now. I would do it probably earlier. And it just makes me feel like, like the anxiety that people feel towards the things that are important to them, you know, and the closer you get to this mark of like, this gotta be out. Like the more you love what you do and the more you want to be successful in what you love to do. And the more you get attached to what you love to do, the easier it will be to trigger you and to get you out of your zone and to get you out of this spot of feeling safe with your creation, because so many different reasons. And like, I know I can say the same thing about you from the side of music, you know, and like we talked a lot about like studios that you built, and like, so it's all about, not all, but most of it is like being on time, doing what you need to do, being very like, and we talked about it, like the shifts that on the rhythm in play, in like living in New York or living here in Copenhagen, and we're definitely going to get there. But I want to start somewhere way earlier, because I know that your upbringing was Hasidic, very, very religious. And that's a word that I'm so far from, which I would really love to hear what it's like growing up in this kind of environment.
Yeah. Listen, I spent half of my life living in this environment, and the other half trying to understand and tell people and explain what it is like to live in this environment. And as I told you, all the characters I was in my life, they cannot come along with this part of the trip. They don't understand what this is. It's all different type of civilization, culture, connections between people. Opens a whole new set of rules, maybe a whole new set and setting to play. A beautiful playground that I never had. Pressureless. Has some pressure, but compared to Western society, it's pressureless. So sitting here and talking about my past, my upbringing, is interesting. Because I can kind of disconnect from the story and see it as another person sees it. Though I'll say that I can talk about a lot of positive things in it, but it will, I think it will bring out a lot of negativity, and I'm not sure I want that for tonight. Like you said, we started late, and I really want to have a good night. So I rather want to focus on good things. But if you have a more precise question, a more specific question, or if you want me to describe a specific part of living in
that's very interesting what you say, you know, because like this whole platform is about being vulnerable, about being authentic. So of course I do not want to trigger anything in you that will cause like negativity, or you feeling anything that is not, you know, something that you do want to feel, because my entire goal, as I see myself, is to be a safe space, you know. But if I can like kind of focus the question, or even like ask a question about the question, like the negative emotion that you feel when you think about the like and question like I asked, or like when you think about your past, I'm not looking for any description specifically, but like what, like why do we categorize it in positive and negative, you know, and attach with it with feelings, rather than to just be able to speak about the story?
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I like it. I can try to describe it in a more natural way.
Yeah.
Not on a spectrum of good and evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more on a spectrum of, let's say, desire. You have the desire, and then you have the fulfillment of the desire, and the way, and in any given moment you're on a specific place on this cycle. Meaning, perhaps you have desires and you cannot achieve them, and you're going through this hard time of I want it so badly, and it just doesn't come, and then I can find you in a different moment where you just fulfilled your desires, and you have this more. Then this is the translation of good. That feels good, right? You achieved. So, a very general feeling of my upbringing was having a lot of desires without having the ability or the platform, the human platform, to express. And it's a whole spectrum of things. It's emotional, and it's my art. I was very talented. I was painting and writing and doing some comic books when I was a kid, and then started playing. I was inspired by my brothers. They were also, all of them were playing and music and videos. And I remember a very long, general, accompanying emotion with it of, I want this so badly, but I can't have it. So, when you ask me today what's happening, I have what I need, what I want.
Yeah.
So it's a very different place to be. And when I remember these things, it makes me just be in pain for that kid, for this bucher, we called it, bachur, for this guy, for this young guy, growing up and thinking, fantasizing. What was I fantasizing about? I had crazy fantasies of playing instruments and performing. Yeah, it takes a I don't like this word anymore, journey, but it takes a freaking journey to go. It's like going overseas, your home, your place, your belief. Yeah. So it has this moment of, I don't want to talk about it.
It's such an interesting place we are currently at, because I don't think I had a lot of those so far that, like, you do honestly don't really want to talk about it, and I will not make you talk about it for sure.
But as long as you give me the mic open, I could just talk about it.
We are going to talk about something, but all I'm trying to see is, like, usually when I can only speak from my experience, and I know that me also, I have memories that I don't really want to talk about and I don't really want to share, and I don't even, and then I'm going into myself and I'm being like, okay, why is the current version of me right now in the moment sees that memory as a negative memory? And then I'm like getting into myself and I'm like, okay, maybe it's because I'm still looking at what I've been through that kid perspective. Like, of course, that if you're going to look at the situation that you went through from his point of view, you are going to feel the emotions that he felt, and then I think about it. Okay. Like, even if me right now, the 30-year-old or will be like, oh, someone stole a candy from me when I was 2 months old. For a 2 months old, that's a very traumatic experience. But for me that understand that in the current moment, everything that I've been through and everything that happened to me, for the better or the worst, happened to develop this character that I am today, help shaping who I am today, right now. And if I am in tune with who I am right now and what I am right now and my intentions right now, then I gotta be grateful for those parts in me that were suffering, that are in trauma, that are in a space of still in the negative space. Because at some point, as I see it, like, and we're going to talk about prayers and we're going to talk about blessings, and like, in your point of view, I'm just going to shift it back to you, ping pong. Do you think that everything is a blessing? Do you think that everything is a part of this? I'm going to ask you, why don't you like the word journey? But like, is part of the experience, the overall, like, existence? Like, do you think everything has an active part of who we are today?
Ask the question in one more line.
One more line. I'm going to rephrase it all in one line. Do you think that everything that you've been through shapes who you are right now? And do you think that everything is for the best?
Oh, there's 2 questions.
Yes.
The first question, absolutely fucking yes. Second question, I want to believe that. I really want to believe that. I have moments that I believe it. When I take psychedelics, I absolutely believe it. Like, no doubt at all. Sober life, not every day I see it. Sometimes it's fucking shitty. shitty. And where I'm in an area and generation and cool friends, cool environment, everybody's so cool and wellness and positivity and, manifesting. And I can't even sometimes have a place to just go, hello, suffering, my old friend, fuck you. I hate this world. Fuck you, everybody. And I have a sister, Malka. She's an amazing singer. She's my greatest teacher. Amazing teacher, and how to be honest with myself, and how emotions that we call them bad are as integrated parts in life as the good things. Same, it's just another moment in life where you're just angry or you're disappointed or you miss something and you miss it so badly that sometimes you just do silly things and you just lose yourself in the emotion. But anyways, you said I'm gonna throw it right back into me. I lost the line of thought.
It's all good, man. What I mean is that, again,
Just 2 questions, I remember.
yeah, whatever we are going through right now in the moment in this conversation, first of all, it feels so incredibly vulnerable and authentic. And again, I want to thank you so much for being here and sharing, because I can feel it is like a thing that you are passing through right now, and that's beautiful. And
I don't mind, by the way.
of course.
I'm very good with this.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let me talk about something.
Go for it.
I have something. I'm very curious what your opinion is. You spoke about vulnerability, and that this is a space where this is what it is.
A
That
safe
this is
space.
what it is all about.
Yeah.
Vulnerability. I want to talk about the limits of vulnerability, because wow, it's so difficult. Listen, I was always vulnerable, open. Didn't see it as a bad thing, and nothing in my early life trained me to be tough. It was also soft. There was one thing training me to be tough. There was violence I experienced in school from the teachers. And it was kind of constant violence every day, experiencing or seeing it happening. So that was the only thing training me to be tough. So against physical violence, I'm very tough. I don't have a problem. To escalate, to protect, to self-protect. And yes, sometimes to put some power if needed. Doesn't happen too often, but I never have a problem with that. I cover up my fear with muscle or with movement, and I do what's needed. But when it comes to emotions, I see emotional violence as a very common thing. In a room of people, just go now to Mama Market. Many people are sitting there. Obviously, if someone starts to cry, there will be some people coming over, right? It's happening, everything is okay, is it good? Now, if it's a girl, it's more natural. If it's a man, it's a bit less, but still, there will be some
angels out there.
Yeah. But it can't be. It doesn't look like it can be a daily way of living. Like, it feels like something in the world needs to be tough. I don't know, you're coming to a store, it's a deal, you give money, take them, it's no place for now emotions. Okay, so that teaches you to keep your emotional conversation and opening with close friends that you feel they're not going to run away and they're going to stay here and they're here for you and you're here for them. It's like both-sided, and then that's the place where you feel safe and you can talk. But also between very close friends, sometimes, especially when you're very close with people and the engagement is constant. Being emotional can also be a certain, being too much. Why am I your friend so close? Because it's so cool and it's so supportive. But me specifically, I have this feeling sometimes that if I'm emotional and I want to share it with my friends, it's not recommended. It feels like your shares in the friendship goes down in a way, because you're now with women. It's much easier. When you come share an emotion to a woman, she's like fully, and most of the women I know, they're fully in, oh my God, Chaim Sheli, like, it's very simple. I think because this, like, women go through emotions through experiencing them, not like most of the men do. They're pushing it off for the last day, and on the last day they break something. And then they understand they need to cry. Oh, you need to cry. For 3 months you're suffering in your fucking muscles. You need to fucking cry. A little bit, crying. 2 minutes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't like to push it off. And I feel sometimes like I say, like a kusit. I feel I can cry every day, all the time. I get excited from things. I'm jealous, I'm excited, I'm in love, I'm in hate, I'm in passion. I'm basically in passion, and passion has minimum expression in most of the friendships I have. And I think all my good friends are capable for being that, and they even crave it, but we're all shy to offer it for the first time, or someone I never had an emotional talk with them, like to tell, to do it simple, like, hey, I have something bothers me. This is so hard to communicate. Women do it amazing. I see my friends, women, they have such a situation, they call a friend, they just start doing a word, and she is like immediately, oh my God, I'm coming.
So what you are asking is like asking/saying, if I get it right, is what's the, like, there's a very thin line in your eyes between being vulnerable and authentic and oversharing. And is it connecting in any sort of way to the part of our brain that does not want to be a burden on people? To the part in our brain that feels that being emotional equals weakness, that we got taught as men that we need to provide, that they need to go sharp, that our energy is very linear, rather than like opposite to women, that we got told that they are very, very like circular and their energy is very flowing and it's all about emotion. But as I see it, we all have the full spectrum of what it's like being a human. Because definitely women are a little bit more connected to their emotional side, and we are more connected a little bit to our analytic side. But then you can see also men that, like, look at me, and as an example, I got raised with 2 sisters, my mother, my grandmother, my entire family are women. I do experience myself as a person that has like a wider emotional range and emotional understanding than the typical man that is a little bit more goal oriented and everything is a little bit more sharp. So I think that the only reason you're going to feel like a burden and you're going to feel oversharing is if your environment does not know how to handle your emotional capacity. And at some point, as long as you're going to be, again, vulnerable and authentic with yourself, your surroundings will change based on your truth. And the people that can no longer hold your emotional capacity and your emotional truth will not be there. And the people that can hold your emotional capacity will come forward because you are expressing your truth.
It's right. But I love them. I love them a lot. I love my friends.
Yeah, of course. And everybody, as I believe it, everybody in our lives has a role that they are putting. Like if they're channeling a sort of energy that should come to your life and express itself however it is. Or is it like, like there's two kind of lessons. Like you can learn things that you need to do, and you can learn also from people things that you shouldn't do. The fact that someone will teach you a negative lesson does not mean that it's not a lesson that you need to learn. Like some people you will learn how to behave from, and some people you will like, oh, this I'm not going to do, but it's still a teacher. That way we can straight away look at our, like, okay, our positive side of our mind and our negative side of our mind, and be like, okay, so of course it's more comfortable to feel positive all the time. I enjoy my life more when my mind is a positive environment. But when we look at our experience, learning from negative lessons is much easier, because if you're going to put your finger above a lighter once,
Above a lighter?
like you're going to take a lighter and you're going to put it up. Like now you have fire from your lighter, and you're going to put your finger. You immediately going to take your finger off because that lesson was more sharp, more hurtful, negative, because now you're going with like a little burn on your finger. You can feel it. Whereas when we are in a positive state, constantly it's like, oh, we're just having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the negative space will show you.
Listen something. I don't know what happened. I don't know even where I am at.
Yeah.
I told you, most of the characters, the most sensible characters of me, they don't understand what's happening with the world, with my life. I don't know you, right? We don't know each other
we don't.
for too long. We had, I think we had on this podcast a much longer conversation than we actually had before.
Yeah. 25 minutes so far, yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand how this works, and I share with you a lot of very open spot personal stuff.
You ask yourself why?
No, I don't ask myself why. There's something about getting lost in a place. There's the sentence, if you want to find yourself, go lose yourself, something like this. I think it has a clever, more clever way to say it. Yeah, give it some spice, but lose yourself. So I try to lose myself. Now, when you lose yourself, you all the time think about, okay, what am I losing myself from? And this is becoming a mantra of getting up in the morning and saying, oh, a second, who was I yesterday?
Yeah.
Who do I need to throw in the garbage today? And then, after my garbage is full, I need to throw the full garbage can out to the garbage public place. So then I wake up in the morning with, okay, who am I today? Listen, I'm in a very weird situation. I'm in an island. I know nobody and I know everybody in a way. I meet amazing people. Overnight, over an hour, I can do a podcast with someone. Coming from a friend's house, not having a house myself. I don't live right now. Where do you live? I don't. You know how much anxiety this would cause me if I was now in New York or in Israel? Just die. I would just die.
Yeah. Crumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collapsing upon myself.
It's a pleasure, like, seeing this way of like, I feel like someone out there will be able to feel the energy that we have here right now. And first of all, I want to thank you again. I will say the word authenticity and vulnerability a lot. And I want to thank you for the vulnerability, because some people, when they come here, they think they should have this mask that like, oh,
Want to do the mask?
I'm the now.
Want to do the mask?
Fuck the mask, bro. Fuck the mask, bro. That's all I'm trying to get rid of. Because people come here and think
There's
like
something they say, you should have the mask when you need to use it.
Yeah.
Right? Because a total vulnerable person is also not trustable. It's like shaky. It's like shaky.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it all depends also, like, how do you define vulnerability?
Even if I, for example, when I'm thinking about a woman I want in my life, I want a vulnerable woman, but I also want her to have a certain collectiveness. I don't know if this is the word.
Composure, maybe.
Composure? I don't know. Maybe it's a fantasy to have this perfect balanced woman, but not, you know what? It doesn't have to be balanced. Just have to have this ability to play the mask, because there's a lot of dimensions in life.
Yeah.
And there's certain dimensions you can't go into details. It just has to happen first, you know? It's a practical dimensions, political sometimes. You have to do a right thing. You have to take a decision. You have to do something that it's not the complete good.
Yeah.
But you're in this space.
Will it ever be completely good? Like, we are trying to look for a perfectly balanced woman while we almost cannot have a perfectly balanced moment. You know?
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
Today I thought about it. I'd rather be in good relationship with myself than in bad relationship with someone. You know, I want to be alone and not be in a stupid relationship. But you say relationship with time, with the world, with life. Oh my God, can we have a balance? How does the balance moment look like? I'll tell you what's my e-balance now.
Please.
I see it here, okay? Everything is comfortable. I have to say, you set up this place amazing. I wish you can show them the other side of the camera.
So much, man.
There's so much to see. I barely can focus. I think financial stuff come up.
Yeah.
Until I don't know that I have a few years ahead covered. Something in me is restless, constant restless. And this is also the drive to do some phone calls and not push off things and fix things that will become problems and do this whole kind of matrix work. But
I love this so much, man. You know, because we can have conversations for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years about the space that is between, you know, because the conversation, we are not talking about a specific topic right now. We are trying to dissect what it means being a human.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that from the internal point of view of being a human is on the verge of impossible. You know, because trying to dissect the atoms that I exist based off as my consciousness lives inside the vessel of what it means being myself. You know, and I'm trying to look at myself from outside. It happens, you know, when we do psychedelics, when we're in a deep meditative state.
Yes. Right.
100%. And yet again, every day I try to ask myself, can I view myself from outside without mind altercations? And what are the systems that humans can carry with them to be able to look at themselves from outside, or at least be humble? You know, because being humble is the three-dimensional tool of like what it is to look at yourself from outside in a 4-dimensional space. You know, being humble is understanding.
I'm humble.
We all, in some sort of
very humble.
Yeah, and we are 35 minutes into it, and I still didn't even get to glorify how beautiful the music that you're doing is, and how amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we are talking about.
I'm not sure, because I said I'm humble, and I said it in humor. Like, I'm very, 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 very humble. But then I didn't understand in what way you're responding to it, if it's in humor or you're serious. You said glorify how well your music is. What did you mean by that?
I mean by that like I've been digging in a little bit on you behind the scene. Yeah.
On me, on my music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on the way you express yourself with music, on the, again, the path. Let's call it path, not journey.
Okay.
On the path that you've taken with yourself, and just seeing that how your eyes sparkled when we had a conversation about the studio and you wanting to get back into creation. And like, I can see in a second, okay, this guy likes what he's doing. And anyone that has this sort of passion towards something in the sacred space of what it means fulfilling yourself,
Yeah.
you know, I can already see, even if I didn't hear what it is, the music that you're making, even if I wouldn't have listened to it, I could say, okay, this guy is transferring feelings and emotion and energy through this wavelength of what it does. Do you want to expand a little bit of on your connection to music, on when you felt for the first time that music touches you? How did, you understand what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah. So, music is the only thing that is left what to live for. For me. Yeah, I think. Oh my God. Like I told you before, desires that can't be fulfilled. This is also my general feeling about music, because this was accompanying my experience. I wanted to play, I wanted to perform, and everything so slowly. And now as well, trying to build my studio. I do these things and in a day, in 2 days, and it takes so long until I find a place, and I don't have a place yet. And the part of the equipment are here. It's all balagan. I kind of like it as well. It's like a lot of let go, but something that comes over and over. I want to play, but I don't know what it is. And then in psychedelics, I started to experience something very interesting. That it's all dresses. What's like a incarnation? Now, I'm not sure. I'm not the best. I'm not that godly.
Okay.
But the way I see it is incarnations are a perfectly and completely choosable.
Mm-hmm.
You pick it up with details and then you go in. You have the outside where you observe. It can also be on Earth. You can live on Earth, absolutely outside you. You just observe. You see what the world is, and then you say, okay, do I want to be here? You just live. You can live 20 years like this, not incarnated. So, music met me in all these stations of when I was 14, living from childhood to teenage years. Crisis, big crisis. Music pops in there and tells me, see, your entire life is in pain. Here is a small spot. I call it a vagina. It is like a vagina. Sorry.
No, go.
Here is you see, here is the spot. Here's a spot, and you see, you can carry all this. It's heavy on you, I know, but when you come home, come to me or make love. And this is how I developed at all the stations in my life. All the brokenness, it popped in. And when I started to use psychedelics, there was a whole different meeting with this thing called the world, God, universe. This one I'm in relationship. When I cry to it. What is crying? It's like saying something, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, what is it? Like, what are you doing?
Expression.
What are you doing? No, who are you telling it?
Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah.
Whoever hears. Whoever doesn't hear. Whoever is silent in front of it. So, this concept comes in very strong. And I feel that my path, maybe other people's path, can go through the entire life and not meet their source. But I cannot. I was incarnated many times here, and I was also a musician many times. And this message coming again and again whenever I want to do my music, Shloime. You've done it many times, and it was boring. It was good at the time. For now, it's going to be boring. Don't do it that way. Do it this new way, of your new form of soul.
Mm-hmm.
And you have time. You know, even if you're going to do it partly, you're going to choose yourself a much better platform for it. This music thing belongs to your soul, which is above the incarnation.
Yes.
And you have time. And just remember, you have time. And I don't believe it. I'm westernized. I don't have time.
You're
What do
living
you
in New
mean?
York.
What do you mean I have time? No, I don't have time. In a month, I need the album ready. And the mixes and everything needs to be paid on time. You don't have time.
But you do.
And it killed me. When I lived in Israel and New York, it killed me. I tell you, I was not healthy. I was not healthy, and I tried to balance my health with sugar and coffee.
Nice try.
Nice try, baby. Yeah. So here I experienced something else. I believe in this you have time concept. You have time. And there's two experiences with blockages. There's the blockage itself, the time where you feel blocked. And then when the blockage opens, it's also a very strong crisis of,
Yes,
you know,
it is.
a lot of things are falling and you experience this old blockage, what it is. And the opening has the pain of vulnerability, where you kind of expose yourself to cold wind.
Yeah.
And you just let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And like every time that you pass from a version of you to a version of you to a version of you, from reincarnation to reincarnation, you take small parts of you. Like even like we said before, when in New York, when you live in New York, like, and the rhythm is super fast and everyone is super sharp and everything is, you know, like the taxis and all of this, and then you come to a place like this, and the first thing that you think about is like, oh, it's so slow. Compared to what? Compared to where you came from. So like it's all about those little contexts that we take with us to the next step. Do you have any specific tool you use to, and that's going to be an interesting one, to understand in the present moment that the things that you carry from the period that you were him, this version of you, are no longer you? How can we as humans disattach from the things that help us survive in those periods that are no longer serving us right now?
Oh my
does
God.
it make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very strong question. So I headed to New York. I went to upstate New York, 2.5 hour drive from Brooklyn. And I had almost every day doing this back and forth. Upstate New York, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, upstate New York, sometimes Brooklyn, Rockland County, 2-hour drive. Upstate Rockland. And I had a lot of time. I was absolutely sober. No drugs at all. Not even weed. For like a few years. And on the roads, I had a lot of time to think. And I met with a lot of devils from my past. And I was driving. A lot of emotions came up, and there's no one near me. Me and my car and a highway. So I could do all the silly things, all my little emotional expressions that I wouldn't share with people. But I was in the car. Then after trying to release certain emotions by crying, I realized I don't want to cry. Sometimes I want to cry, not this time. It's a different type of a treatment we need. I said, okay, let me talk to it. Can we talk to it? Well, what is this emotion? It's so angry. So full of energy, first of all. Yeah, it's like, let's listen to you. What is bothering you? And I realized it's not one thing, it's many things. So I start separating. Okay, let's hear one thing at a time. Okay, and I tried. Let's hear one thing at a time. What is that you saying? What do you want? It's too noisy. It's a strong energy.
Yes.
Can we just drink and smoke a joint and have a conversation? And I heard a lot of warnings from very terrible things that happened to me in my childhood, and my upbringing, and my teenage years, that I wasn't aware of certain things. And today, on the way to fulfill my dreams, and I come with such power, energy to fulfill my dreams, these warnings, I'm going to cross certain things that caused me pain in the past. Sometimes it's confronting with people, fighting for your things. Certain things that have warning in me. Shloime, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be stressful for you. It's not good for you. You're going to get angry. You're going to lose it. You're going to fail. And I listen to all of them. And they thank you for trying to protect me. But then the most important part is to tell myself, after I finish talking to my emotions, come back to myself and say, see, these emotions are still here. They can make you cry. You can really feel them as if they were yesterday. But they are here. You carry them. You carry them. They need you to carry them. They can pop up anytime. It's yours. You have to take care of them like children. They're okay, but it doesn't mean that you don't have your child from the same spot, from the same vulnerable kitty childish spot. You have your desires as well, and you want to conquer the world, like want to do big things. You're gonna be scared because all these happen to you, but you're gonna be scared anyways. It's never gonna go away. So let's be scared and do this thing we're all, it's like we are all scared of. And let's see what happens. Like, we're all there together. We go there. Is it a phone call? Is it something I need to take a step and I'm shy? And okay, so let's bring it up together. And we're all going to this date. We're all going to this meeting.
Yeah.
And pick up the phone. We start the conversation. We do what's needed. And sometimes at the moment, we don't even need to be like so, cozy together and aware. We just talk, do. They come back and I say, see? Emotions, they're good to feel. When I feel them, they're like, yeah, we're listened. But their story, it's not a real story. It's lies, other people's lies. Bad things that happen. You know what I mean? Bad things. Oh, someone was bad. Someone was acting violent or this. Yeah, that's not a good emotion to have.
Yeah.
The story is a bad story. You know what's the real story? You were perfect. You were perfect. You were hurt. I'm sorry. You were so perfect. I don't know why you were hurt. This person should go to jail. This is the right story. And
we tend to take the blame on us. And think
exactly.
Like, why did it happen to me? Oh, I wasn't clear with my intentions, or I didn't say the right thing, or I wasn't there like I needed. So we immediately take the blame on us, and sometimes the blame is on us, But as I see it, like, reality is such a.
Carrying my blame on myself is very easy. I recognize it. It's the file. It's like opening a Windows file on a Windows system.
Yes.
Someone else blame to carry on me. It's just like a bug.
Yeah.
404 error.
It is. It's like stabbing myself for something that someone else has done. And a beautiful thing that you said there that I just want to give it a name is like, I would take any day of the week being scared of something that I chose to be scared of rather than something that was forced on me.
Yeah.
Because like you say, I am going to be scared regardless. So as long as the things that I'm scared of are things that I chose to be scared of, for me to grow out of,
Yes.
You know, for me, like, okay, I want to be scared, but when I go to play for 1,000 people, that I go to perform for
Yeah.
whatever, when I put my project out and I'm scared of like the reactions or whatever, those are the good kind of scared. But we don't want to find ourselves, oh, I'm scared to tell my truth to this guys because whatever it will feel. And like, you know, just recognize which type of scarcity will be able to make you grow. And like, it's such a beautiful process that you were talking about while there in your car, only you and your thoughts and your emotions, because our body on a daily basis, like for normal people, is like a ball of strings that is super, super entangled in itself. And every time that you go and you say, okay, let's take the thoughts one by one, you found a weak spot in the ball and you took it. And you take a little bit more of the rope and a little bit more of the rope. Oh, and that happened to me because I didn't stand up for myself and I could have said this. And this happened to me because I didn't do the things that I knew I needed to do, and I do this. And slowly and surely, as long as we are able to be conscious and aware and vulnerable and authentic with ourselves, you know, we will slowly have this rope that is ready to being used as it was supposed to, as a tool, not as a project, because the ball of thoughts, the ball of strings is a mission, but the string is itself is a tool.
Yeah.
So when you understand that you are not a slave of your mind, we got to be slaves of our mind because we just didn't address all the little things that happened along the way one by one, because we are trying to solve an anger that we have right now over something that happened 30 years ago. Like someone stole a candy from me when I was 6 months old, and I'm still having this anger, but for 30 years, every year I give it a different name. This time it was because I didn't win the football game when I was 6, and this time it wasn't because the girl at 3rd, 4th, 5th grade didn't want to go out with me, and this time this pain is because I didn't get the job that I wanted, and this time this pain is rooted in us, just because we're humans. So instead of trying to give this pain a name, a story that is, like you say, is an illusion, I'm not going to focus on the story or where this like emotion is coming from. I'm going to face it as it is in the moment. And I might be completely wrong. Like psychotherapists and therapists will tell me, no, you got to know where it came from for you to, I don't know. I don't know if I can dig deep enough to know all this exact
No,
thing.
you can, but you're going to realize a lot of bullshit stories because this little kid doesn't know how to tell stories.
Yeah.
It's like a kid is doing a drama. He's first as a drama queen, yeah? You want to listen to his emotions. Speak to me, emotions.
Yeah.
There's a sentence saying, whoever doesn't listen to the whisper of heart has to deal with the screams of the body.
Yeah.
I want to listen to you, but the wound is so strong that the story being told is like about Holocaust story.
Yeah.
I don't like Holocaust stories. Can we figure it out on a coffee? Can we figure it out? And it's also something, yesterday I heard my friend saying, I did so much healing, I don't know, I need to relax. Someone knows about a treatment, did so much healing, he now needs to relax, and he was looking for a treatment. So, yeah. Wow. I have something to add.
Go for it.
I was the PSF Festival 2024. I had to perform on Saturday night. I wasn't ready. I brought my beautiful clothes. It was like white pants. Oh my goodness. And I went, it was all muddy, got dirty. Didn't have my clothing. It was so uncomfortable, like a nature festival. And on this Shabbos, we took some mushrooms and I ended up bitching the whole Shabbos, like really complaining about every single thing. And I had such good friends that were like embracing and hugging me and giving me safe emotional space. Like, wow, so good. And then I was full energy, I cried it out. It's like, I go to stage, and then I was singing, playing, and then I told a story. Sometime I was in a conversation with two friends, and I found myself in a spot, sometimes when you're with someone and you listen to them like you listen to me right now, you listen to them constantly for a few minutes, and then I needed to use the bathroom, but I felt that he's sharing. There's a line of sharing, and you don't want to stop it because of a stupid thing like the bathroom. So I was like, okay, I'll stay here, and then I was like, what the fuck, I need to pee. And I'm also sure if he'd know that I need to pee,
go pee.
Go, please, no, don't stay here, no, back. So I used it then. I said that was my moment when I was winning. I was saying, yeah, I can ruin everything because I have a personal thing that this is the way it should work now. And if it shifts energy stuff, and this is the energy dance. So, and then I used it as an excuse, and I said, okay, guys, I need to pee. And I just left the stage and went to pee, and I came back. Everybody was still there, giggling their ass. So I would use it as an excuse.
And that's okay.
And I'll go to pee.
Go for it.
Can we do a cut?
Yeah, of course. After a beautiful pee break, we do wanna, like, just to finish the point about your journey in the car, decompressing you and demons. It's just it's a process that I wish any human out there will do with himself, herself, whatever, at least once. Just being able to be truthful with whatever is going on in our minds, which is automatically connects to our emotional space at the current moment. Like, how real can we be with what we think and what we feel in the moment without trying to suppress, to keep again this mask of. And that's very, very beautiful and reassuring for me also to see that there are humans out there that are fully honest. Like, are you cold or something? Can I?
No,
you're good? Good. So we talked in the break, and we decided that we're going to dedicate the last couple minutes of this conversation, this beautiful, beautiful, honest conversation, to prayer. And what is your definition of prayer?
So prayer is the most precious thing in the world. When you do it right, when you do it right, I mean not right or left. When you do it right, middle, when you do it from your inside. I think this is what we are here for, and I think this is what we're different than animals, almost in this way, because animals also have emotions, but they don't have this. They have it in a more integrated, natural way. It's not something they need to achieve. They kind of live. They're part of the view of what prayer is. We can say we have good teachers in prayers. All the religious prayers are amazing. And they were written in times where people were more stupid, maybe.
More ignorant. Less aware.
And they brought a lot of gratitude emotions into their prayers. And I don't know how it was combined with sacrifice. Never in my life understood the concept of sacrifice.
Nice.
Sacrificing myself, yes, but sacrificing something else. Never understood what this means, and never wanted to understand.
What is the difference? What is sacrificing? When you say sacrificing yourself?
No, I say combining sacrifice
and prayer.
And prayer. So never understood. Maybe I will. I have some friends, religious friends. One of them is Mendelvot, and he's a creator. He learns a lot of Kabbalah, and it tells me that there's a reason to anything in Judaism. And I'm curious to learn, but I'm more curious to to do my path and write my story. And I want to revive prayer as a thing that has to do with any human being, not in a specific religion. And I would love to write a new prayer for the world, for humanity. And it's kind of life has pain, and you want to create everyday space and time and music to clean, to cleanse every day. If you can twice a day, sunrise and sunset. Imagine this. Every day, here comes sunrise. What type of day do you want to have? Come manifest with us. We'll give you text that will just wrap you with hope, with the feeling that you can manifest here. And then sunset. How do you want to sum it up? What do you want to take from here? What do you want to sacrifice from you? Do you want to give out some energy, any sort of energy? Come do it. The dream is being on the bamboo in Eden Garden and letting people express themselves through prayer, through this text and melodies, harmonies and instruments. A lot of violins orchestrated and synthesized, and all the good.
When you say sacrifice, can we replace sacrifice with release in this context?
Oh my God. Yes, please.
Because sacrifice
yes, please.
has such a connotation of sacrificing, of I'm giving something away from me in the price of and release.
I refer to sacrifice as a korban, which I said I don't understand the concept.
Yeah.
But when you talk about self-sacrifice, you say basically
release is to let go. And like, I have never
but what do you have to sacrifice? That character in you that doesn't let go of this specific thing. Who doesn't want to let go, for example, of an egoistic situation between friends? What do you mean? I want to get all the money, right? I want to get all the respect. I don't know. So you hold on. Your respectful version.
Yeah.
And this respectful version must be sacrificed. That means let go of it.
Yeah. For me, in my reality point of view, like in reality perspective, the word sacrifice, like it's never about the words that we say and more about the energy that stands behind the words.
Right.
So like sacrifice has something to it that feels, again, in my eyes, kind of aggressive. You know, like when you say sacrifice, it comes with the energy of like, you know, and when I say release, when I say I am actively letting go and releasing the past tendencies and habits.
I mean, intentionally.
Yes.
It's not something that I have to sacrifice from my debt, from my savings, from, you know.
It doesn't have to feel negative.
Yeah.
But I've never thought about it like this, and it's so simple yet so profound. Like there's this prayer that you talk about when you want to do it, like once in the sunrise and once in the sunset. Just the concept of beginning and ending your day, first of all with gratitude, second of all with again releasing, letting go from, and just resetting, opening up with intention, closing it up with intention, makes your entire day aware. And like, of course, that's only the first step in the evolution of gratitude, because gratitude can be in anything. Gratitude lays in the equipment that I shoot this thing with the conversation, with the guy that made the chair. We all do whatever it is that we are doing from our passion, from gratitude, from like, okay, this existence is so beautiful. Let's make it better. Let's make the camera better. Let's make the chair more comfortable. Let's make our existence better. And when you view your reality from this point of view, that I like, it's such an honor to exist.
Yeah. Every word.
And that comes from a point of view, like, of course, I'm not gonna be standing in the perspective of someone that is currently suffering and tries to shove in their brain, like, oh, everything is perfect. No, the grand scheme of the balance of the things may be perfect, but for our point of view as humans, we only see a percentage of the bigger balance. We cannot always understand the bigger balance. So what is more important or equally important? The ability to just look at things as they are without attaching whatever we feel towards them or how they affected us to it, or the constant trying to stay in our comfort zone and get deeper in the illusion that we have any control over anything that happens. Did it make sense what I just said?
It made sense. Where's the question mark?
There is no question mark. It's a statement. Conversation.
Yeah.
The question mark comes now. What do you think is more important for you as a human? Trying to curate whatever it is that you're doing to have a sense of like, oh, I have my things figured out, or being able to just let things happen as they are.
I tell you something. It was such a good question. I want both. I really want both. I want both together, and I don't mind to have one of them completely. Meaning, if things go my way completely, but my way, I don't mind. Things go God's way, I call it God, okay? It's the most common word. But I don't mean
the dude with the bird.
Yeah, and not the tiger and not the other one.
Yeah.
The clown. I mean, yeah.
God, consciousness, consciousness.
If I go his way, I don't mind. Like, I love it to go all the way in with him. But being in balance with both seems like don't like it. I don't like this balance.
Yeah. Feels like this is the constant balance of existence, running between those 2 points, thinking that you're in control and letting go.
I don't know. I'll tell you what's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a question I don't know how to answer. It's what I rather want better, what I would prefer.
I don't know.
Because honestly,
I don't know. And you know what? I think I'm gonna leave this one open with this question.
Terrible question to be left.
Yeah, you think so? I think
you should leave. You should give the answer and leave people open, or at least me.
I don't have an answer
with the answer.
My life, again, from my perspective.
Can I ask you a question? These mics, yeah?
Yeah.
When did you order them?
A year ago.
Through Lazada?
Yes.
How did you pay?
With credit card, I think it was.
It was a credit card, and you paid for this payment,
I did,
right?
Fully.
How did you get the money?
I worked my ass off.
What, like, give me just a reference. What type of work? What did you do?
That time, it was while we used to make parties here.
Okay, you made your money from parties?
Yeah.
You were performing?
Performing and producing it.
Oh. Here in Thailand?
Yeah.
Oh. So when you performed or produced, you said you were working your ass off, right? Was it a godly way? Or was like your way? You as a human decided you do it because you like this industry and you have knowledge and you know how to manage it and produce it and work with the people. So you decided, I'm going to make money out of it.
To be honest, and sorry if I cut you off, I do think it happened in a very godly way because I was never a party producer. I met my partner, my business partner for our production through a godly experience. We just met here and we became really good friends immediately. And when I told myself, am I going to make parties with him or not? I was breathing into it and I was like, let's go. While making the parties, while doing the thing itself, yeah, I worked for sure for it to be the best. But the source of me even doing it came from a godly source. So I do think in my worldview that we can have both. When you understand and when you get clean enough in yourself to understand good enough that when you strip away all the materialistic point of view of this existence, the more and more you could get like disattached from emotions, and like they talk a lot about it in Vipassanas and things like that, just to be the present moment. You understand that the godly wish for the direction of this world and our is the same. When you strip away all the vision of me, I should have, I want it for me, I, and like, what is I when you strip? Who am I when I strip away all the things that I want and my desires? Full circle to this conversation. These unfulfilled desires will create unwanted expectations that will make your life harder. You know, so just being able to separate between the ego that is saying I need, I want, I should, and understanding that we are all just 0.1% of God, of what it means to be unified field of consciousness. You know, and understanding that if existence is a blanket and each one of us is a dot at the blanket that is being connected, what is important is not the dots, it's the connections that are being made. And our net as humans, you know, when we put the power of prayer together in those volumes to this extent, we can change things. Prayer of one person can change the world for someone else, but the actual physical world, the more people strip away of the bullshit, and the more people understand that we should do more for the greater good, and we should be there for others, and we should expand, but not only for ourselves, as a species, as a community, as a life force, because we're not different humans, we're different ways of expressing yourself as a human. We are all the same machine. We were born without names, without a passport, without a language. We were just babies, creations, blank page. And then life came onto us and gave us experience. This is yours. This is your name. This is your language. This is your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your families, traumas, experiences. You know, and that's the only thing that is different between us. What life got us through. And how we choose to react is ours. That's the only thing we truly have control on. How do I absorb all this information and give myself, because at the end of the day, it's all about the stories that we tell ourselves. How can I tell myself the best story I can to make this reality as beautiful as possible for me and for my loved ones? Because we all want the same thing. We all want to be hugged, to be understood, to be seen, to be comfortable.
You think so?
Yeah. At the bottom line,
There's so many tough guys and tough girls.
We all have different ways of thinking that's what we need to get. This comfort and safety and all those concepts.
Some people don't want love and hugging. It's too vulnerable for them. They want compliments, respect. It's like farther away from their nervous system.
Yeah, but that's because that's how they got taught. That's how love
they say
is.
That's love is for them.
Yeah.
So they will say, no, it's not love. I have enough love.
I feel you, bro.
No, yeah.
Yeah. No problem. You know, and I have no problem being wrong also, because again, this is my experience. This is how I perceive
believe
life.
people, when someone tells me I don't have a problem with love, I have a problem with respect. I want to be recognized. He has this desire. I can understand that desire, even though I do anything I can to delete or to integrate this desire for respect to more gentle ways, kind of own it fairly.
Yeah.
But I can understand that. But if someone tells me it doesn't have that desire, and yeah, that's all. I think we should leave some content for chapter 2, 3, 4, 5,
Bro,
6, 7.
I want to thank you so much for this. It felt like, and I had a long ass week, bro, and I feel lighter now. And thank you so much for this.
My God.
And it's not, again, this is the perfect example of understanding that it's not about the mask. It's not about what we do. It's not about even the story that we have to share. It's about being able to be in the moment as we are, no matter what our backgrounds. You don't know a lot about me. I still don't know a lot about you.
Anything.
But we are able to understand each other and to get to the middle point, which can only happen when we're conscious enough and aware.
It is magical. It's really magical.
Yeah, it is.
It's really magical what happens. Maybe in one of the chapters we'll elaborate on this.
Who knows? Let's see.
Who knows?
KohPhanCast, guys.
Join the journey, stay for a while.